Welcome to 2023 NFHell Week 18, final week of the regular season. I am your host, Midwest Jet, joined by Dames Marvs, Dames and Jas, and special guest returning, Dane-Mychal.
Good to be back, gentlemen.
Yes. All right. Well, yeah, love having you.
Sorry, you're gonna have to sit here through Jas's fucking boner the whole show.
Yeah.
Being smug as hell already.
This is why I didn't want that.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. NFL for all of us, and he's all smiling over here.
23, baby, 23.
This is the last fresh hoodie for the season.
Oh yeah,
Everything else is gonna be a repeat.
I wore some old piece of shit T-shirt because my team sucks.
Yeah, because it says Jets on it. But
yeah, that's true. So first thing we like to do is get to some news. I'm sure most of you have heard last night's Monday night game. Safety Damar Hamlin for the Bills took a traumatic hit to the chest, was rushed to the hospital. We still don't know his status. We do know that he's alive, and they're doing all they can at the hospital. So that is all we know. So here, us at NFHell, we'd like to send out our, love, thoughts, prayers, all that stuff to his family, him, of course, and the Bills family, and also the Bengals family and the receiver that, hit me, everyone involved. It was just a horrific deal.
There's one thing when something like this happens, like I've literally, like hockey teams have been tweeting, baseball teams have been tweeting, every team in the NFL. There's one character out there that responded negatively, and that's Skip Bayless, and he needs to be pointed out because you're a piece of shit, Skip. Own it. He didn't delete it. He doubled down on it, saying that people just didn't understand what he's saying, like he always does. Piece of shit. Everybody else showed nothing but love, and that's
Stop watching him.
Love to see. We're watching you. I'm not watching. I unfollowed him, and I'm
cancel culture.
I don't think we should cancel Bayless. We should just skip Bayless.
Look at that.
boom.
Yes.
Like Shannon Sharp did today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a bye-bye. So anyway, again, our thoughts and prayers go out to their family. We will kind of move on. We want to kind of get going with today's show. We'll go to Las Vegas, where Derek Carr is no longer. He's on the team, but he's not with the team. He got benched. Wow. That's a little surprising.
I heard he left.
He walked away from the team. So there's no hope of him playing another Raiders game again.
I mean I have
against the Raiders. Yes.
I've seen articles since then say
the Jets.
They're talking about trading him on the off. I'm like,
the Jets.
You think? Do I need to come up with a hard graphic in a Jets uniform?
Yeah. There's so many options for you. Basically anybody but Geno Smith, because I don't think Geno goes back there, even though it's a different coach and all that stuff.
It would be awesome, though. I mean,
Geno goes back.
Geno comes back and takes you guys to the Super Bowl.
Geno.
Or he comes back and he just sucks again.
He just sucks again. We signed him to like a decent deal. Okay. Let's
regress.
So anyway, where does Devontae Adams go? I do want to add that in. He came there. He's literally came out and been saying, "I came here. This is my boy. This is why I came."
Come to Seattle, bro. We'll take him.
Take him. I mean,
he's under contract for how long there?
I know, right? But like, is he not going to play now? I want traded again.
Dude, that's what diva receivers do. I mean, let's be honest. He is on that list of divas. I could very much see him demanding a trade and sitting until they do it.
Yep.
And it wouldn't hurt them to do it. If you're going to rebuild because whatever, you can get a shit ton for him. He's got value.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Yeah, yep. So maybe this week we'll kind of hear more about that.
Midwest Jet, let's have you go on record and say your thoughts on Derek Carr right now.
No, thanks.
No, let's do it. This is the time.
Okay, here's the deal. Obviously, if he's on your team, you're like, he's a top 10, 15 quarterback probably in the league. He's in the upper half, beside the lower half. But if you base it off his last 3 games, he's looked like trash. Give him a good O-line, good defense. You could say he loves the game of football. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say, oh my God, I don't want him on the team. But if we can choose, I feel like there's some better options out there.
Tom Brady.
I mean, we have a line to protect Tom. Bring him in.
I'm just going to come up with a graphic for every quarterback in a Jets uniform because I know at some point it's going to get brought up.
Right.
Not Daniel Jones, bro.
Well, no, it just got brought up.
He's a free agent.
I've got Vince Young in a Jets uniform.
Free agent.
Oh my God, Vince Young.
Bring back Pennington.
Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan.
The noodle arm. Matty Ice. Oh my God, no. Please, no. That's a definite no. All right, okay.
RG3.
We can kind of talk about the Jets a little bit at the Seahawks game. Some crappy news for the Seahawks, especially if you move into the playoffs, your linebacker.
No.
Dud,
Okay.
right?
Here's my take on that. Let's go ahead and have the Lions win. Let's go ahead and have the Seahawks beat the Rams and make the playoffs and get the experience for the young kids. We don't have a linebacking core. Look at the fucking team. This is why I didn't want to make the playoffs. Look at the teams that we lost to this year. We lost to the entire NFC South. That's the worst division in football. We lost to all 4 teams. I don't see us beating good teams in the playoffs. So whatever. I don't even care. Like it would be cool to make the playoffs. At this point, it's 1 game and 1 draft status later. So let's just fucking do it. But whatever. Dane?
Right, because now Brooks won't be back till like probably halfway through next season.
Yeah, they have no prayer of doing anything in the playoffs without Lockett. So
Right.
He's back.
Was Lockett?
oh, is he back?
He was back this week.
Was back.
Oh,
Well,
came
you
back-
didn't notice
he came
because
back after 10 days of surgery. He came back after 10 days. Ridiculous.
he had like 1 catch for like 2 yards. Vrabel is going to start Joshua Dobbs at quarterback this week. They're trying their biggest game, Joshua Dobbs against the Jags. Wow, what a surprise! Anybody watching that game?
I'm watching that game.
It is the Saturday night game. Oh, yeah,
They're my playoff team, dude. Jacksonville's my playoff team. I'm following them until they're out.
The Bills.
I mean, does that mean the Titans are already done with Willis already, or is he just?
I found the news odd. That's why I put it in there because I was like, yeah, thanks for the try. Thanks for giving us
2
was he
games.
drafted in the end of the first round, or was he like second round?
He was early second round.
He was second. Yeah,
Somewhere up pretty high.
yeah. He was the future.
I memory.
Jas's Giants had a little bit of a wild play because Jeff Saturday came out and called Thibodeau classless, a bunch of basically he's trash for doing the snow angel.
I'm going to show it in the box down here in the corner.
Okay.
This fucking dude.
Do you think did he know he was that?
I don't think he knew that he was
halfway
hurt.
through.
Let me explain.
Through.
Let me explain.
Well,
Yes.
let's explain to the viewers what happened. Then you can give what you think on it.
All right. After talking with Kayvon after the game and congratulating him on his sack that happened to injure a quarterback, he was so ecstatic. He was just laying down doing the snow angel. Yes. Was it a little long? Yes. Probably could even been flagged for it, but he did not know that guy was like
convulsing
seizing out.
And he was like hitting it. His arm was like
I have a different take. I would like to believe that he has some decorum, but I feel like he did like 3 snow angels and then he looked over and then he's like, oh yeah, that dude's fucking dead. And then he kept going. To me, that's what I saw. I did only see it once live when it happened. And I was like, who the fuck is that guy? Hey, dude.
You want to know who my favorite player in the NFL would be? A person who never celebrates anything.
Barry
like
Sanders.
that would be like the most amazing player if they like are like just sacking somebody or somebody who like scores a touchdown every time and just like sets the football down and walks away and doesn't
Barry
even like
Sanders.
high five his teammates. I'd be
them.
like, that dude is badass.
the quarterback just throws touchdowns and just walks off the field and just sits down.
And like the only time you'll ever see him celebrate is like as the clock expires, 4th quarter of winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then he's like, sweet.
And that's it. That's it.
I would root for that player. who
Yeah,
never
100% agree with you. That kind of persona left the league.
He would take over the world.
Barry
dude.
Sanders retired. That
Yep.
it ended.
Act
But
like you've been there before. Well, apparently no one's been there before because
he was the one. He was the one guy that always was like, "Here you go. Here's the ball."
Speaking of celebrating, and sometimes over celebrating, because I think sometimes he's a little bitch. Tom Brady's playing this week. Apparently, the Bucs are playing their starters, even though they've already clinched the spot. Bowles wants to keep old balls playing. I don't know. Whatever. Bowles sucks.
I'll tell you why. I think
Why?
he's not connected with Evans in months, and all of a sudden, they're like the dynamic duo, and he wants to keep on that. That's the only thing I can think of. But
I think odds are
I hope
only going to play half.
Yeah, I would think of it as being like the last preseason game or something like that. Or I guess it's now like
The third
second to last or whatever. The
Where they
middle
play at the
preseason
beginning.
game.
I got you. That's true. I guess that's true. Maybe they'll at halftime if they're up. Whatever. We'll see. Anyway, college football. We're gonna kind of skip to college football. Just talk about it for like 2 seconds, even though this is called NFL. National championship game. Make sure you guys tune in, watch it. Top 2 quarterbacks going to be playing in the NFL next year, most likely. So just kind of keep an eye on that game.
where are they going to go? That's what I want to talk about.
Max Duggan from Council Bluffs, Iowa, where I am sitting at this very moment, is in the national championship quarterbacking one of the teams.
What
Wow.
the
Where are they going to go? Any predictions, gentlemen?
blessed? If one of those guys goes to the Jets, I swear to God,
Texans.
I can't handle another rookie quarterback. No, I don't think
Texans have the first pick of the draft. They've got their guy. They're going Bryce Young. I mean, that's the consensus. That's the guy that I would, if I was gonna take a quarterback, even though he's undersized, he'd be the best bet for me. But I don't want him.
right.
But one of these guys is going to be good. One of them is going to be. Who's it going to be? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun to see where these guys go.
Petrus. And then the game of the week, we got flex, Lions, Packers, playoff implications. Technically, I think if the Lions might already be out before that game, right? Is that right, Dames Mars? If the Seahawks win? Is that what it is?
Seahawks beat the Rams.
The Lions are eliminated.
Playing for nothing, but Green Bay will be playing because they hold the tiebreaker over us because of
winning in. Yep. All right. So I guess interesting, fun Sunday night. We're going to watch to see who's going to the playoffs the next day. Also, some more sad news before we kind of get into the review of last week's games. The first official, Art McNally, ever in the Hall of Fame, passed away. So props to him, Hall of Famer, the best of the best.
97 years old, my friends.
97. Dang, could you imagine that? I can't even
imagine.
imagine.
He was reffing games when they had leather helmets.
Oh.
Isn't that insane though? Like to think about.
It's awesome. I mean, that's just it's a cool piece of trivia. I would have loved to pick his brain a couple times before he died, but I mean, cool.
Yep.
Shows how fast the game grew.
Good long life for that man.
Yep, good long life. All right, week 17. We're going to go through the games, talk about our picks. I'll just start off right now. I went one game over at 8-7 to bring my overall record now up to 147 and 108. So there we have it. We'll talk about those games. James Mars, how'd you shoot this week?
I was 10-5 in the games that were played. I'm on a roll lately.
Yeah.
I really am. But this week, I think I took some chances with some of my picks. I more picked what I want to happen than what I think will happen this week. But without that last game, I'm now at 159 and 96.
Still under 100 losses. Nice. Dames and Jas.
10-5 as well, guys. Pretty good week. Coin toss let me down, Jets. And I am 131 and 91.
And then, of course, our guest from last week, Gobo from Lunar Harpoons. Hopefully, you guys check that out. He went 8-7 also.
Respectable.
But I will say on that Buffalo Cincinnati game, we were split. So
yeah. And once they redo that, we'll just kind of throw it into whatever week, because I'm not sure.
if they do,
If they do.
I don't think they
that's
will.
a big deal. But
Yeah. Dane-Mychal, did you play along last week? And the week
I did
before?
not play along, but I'm going to say that really not a lot of the final outcomes surprised me. Now, a lot of the in-game stuff surprised me, but not a lot of the final outcomes surprised me. When I watched the show, I actually didn't catch the last week's show until today. And when I saw it, all three, except for Damon, pick the Jets at Seahawks, I was like, what are you guys even thinking?
Dude, see, and that's what I wanted to say just now. I told them every time they go 3 against me, I get it. And then we did that twice last week, and I got them both.
Like when that was like our 5th to last game, I was marking that up as our only sure victory.
Switching my next 3-1.
Granted, like Wilson was playing quarterback at the time, but even with Mike White, it didn't matter.
Dak, Mike White, Wilson, please, doesn't really matter. Okay, so wait. Playing along at home.
I'm sorry, yeah. We got Amanda's was 10-5, VT was 10-5, and Jason was 10-5. So really the only people that are bad at this are the people that are doing the show.
Welcome to my NFL, dude. NFL, real life, pick them. I mean, I feel like I'm literally like the Jets this season. Started off pretty good. I was doing pretty well. And
you know what? It's true though. But here's the thing: the Giants did the same thing, and then now they're back on the rise.
Yep.
Hopefully, now's the time that they can rise up. Really, Seattle just kind of like has been.
Yeah.
They never win.
Right.
I mean, they did have a 3-game win streak, but it was in between like 2 losses and 4 losses. So it's like it really is just a peaks and valleys type of season.
Gutters and strikes.
They're a super weird team that decided to start a big win streak after losing at home to the Falcons.
Right.
So I'm like, what is the ceiling for this team? We can't beat an NFC South team.
I feel like we all kind of were playing on borrowed money this year. Like,
and one of us doesn't have to pay back until next season, apparently.
You know, yeah, we didn't know like what was going to be going on.
Yeah, right. Right. Again, coming in the season, I was hoping the Jets would finish somewhere around 500, which they're going to. Granted, it just sucks that we started off really good. It'd been rather, if I wish we would have been more, we were like, I guess, if we're not making the playoffs anyway. All right, let's just start. Cowboys at Titans, Thursday night game. I took the Cowboys. I think we all did. The Titans defense.
Everybody on the whole line picked Dallas.
The whole line. So I think it was a little closer for a minute, but then Cowboys just kind of pulled away. So blah, blah, blah. Anybody got anything to add to this game? No. Okay. All right. Okay.
By most standards, it was a snooze fest.
Yep. Cardinals Falcons ended up being it came down to the wire. Unbelievable. And of course I took the fucking Cardinals. Dames, you took the Falcons in this?
Yeah.
So did you. Oh my God. Oh yeah. So
redemption song.
Again, no one watches.
Got a sack. So good for him.
Yeah, good job, JJ. One more game.
And it was his baby. Oh, maybe that was last week. He had his like a picture with this baby, and it was like my first, or like her first NFL game, my last home game, or something.
It's his son. It's his son, and it was his first game was his last home game.
Okay.
Yeah.
And well, this is funny. He goes, "I'm going to retire when my son's old enough to see me play." That kid was like this, dude. He was like 6 months old. Didn't see shit.
Literally.
The kid didn't see shit, JJ.
I don't think kids can even see that. Like their vision it's not even developed, dude. I don't know that much about babies, but anyway, blah blah blah. That game was no one watched it until they went to red zone and they showed him kick the game winner. And they're like, oh, that was a cool ending. Bears Lions. Oh my. Once again, the Bears hop out. Justin Fields is running all over the place. It looks like it's going to be a good game. And then literally you look back up and it's like 358-6. It's like,
Dude, get him some help in this draft. You have the second pick overall. Do something profound to give this man. I'm not saying pick offense, but I'm saying he needs other shit on that team because he is amazing, dude. Like his field vision and his.
I am saying pick offense. I am saying pick offense. For the love of it, get this guy a number one, man. Just get him something.
I would love that because that sets Seattle up to pick whatever defensive player they want.
Correct.
And
So, like,
that's what we need.
So other than Fields, though, this team needs like basically a first half team and a second half team, like different players, because they're good for like 2 quarters and then they got nothing. Like they'll give you nothing in the second.
every week, like every week. The Bears, Jags, Texans. I'm an idiot and tried to think the Texans were going to pull some miraculous win out at home against. Oh my god, idiot! I will say that I'm dumb on that one. Like I don't know what. I probably wasn't thinking because I thought it was like week 16 when it was week 17 or week 13, whatever the hell I was doing. So Jags, big dick boy, went in there. Dang, Jags are looking good. They're a team that's hot right now. James Marv's your boy. I mean,
That's my dude. That's my playoff team. I mean, that's who I'm pulling for all the way. Obviously, if Seattle gets in, I will pull for them. But
right, Abby. Who's your Super Bowl team? Oh, it was the Dolphins. Man, might not even make the playoffs.
Didn't age well, did it?
Oh yeah, I mean,
well, they're playing the Jets, so they might. I mean,
they've lost like 6 in a row, and they don't have Tua.
Yeah, and now they don't have Bridgewater either. I don't think he broke.
I did see on the draft order list, Miami's pick has been forfeited, and I want to know why.
Oh yeah.
I want to know why.
Is it because of the two, like them not
tampering?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like a Tua related thing at all.
Oh yeah, it was with. Wasn't it with Brady and Sean Payton and all that? Is that
Something like that, I think.
Here at NFHell, sometimes we just speculate and guess.
They tampered. They tampered with something, and that sounded familiar. You're right.
He's right though. It was tampering.
Yeah. Broncos Chiefs. Chiefs won, but again, I remember even watching Mahomes before this game say like, "Yeah, last time we played the Broncos, they gave us troubles. It was a tough game, blah blah." And then they go into this game and it was what the heck? It was the same thing. Dude, I actually thought Denver was going to pull that one out.
You have lots of factors there, though. So there's always the bump after your coach gets fired. There's the performance spike. A lot of teams pull off upsets after that happens.
Jeff Saturday.
And maybe they would have if it would have been at Invesco, but it was in Kansas City. So, like, by the seat of their pants. Another factor is the Chiefs have been barely scraping by some teams lately, like barely beating the Texans, beat the Seahawks by enough, I guess. But if that game had been in Seattle, maybe a little bit closer. Yeah. Usually pulls something out at the last minute, but I think the defense more or less held on to this one for him at the end. So,
yep, and I think we all picked the Chiefs anyway. So, correcto mundo, yes sir. Yes. All right, Dolphins Patriots. I picked the Dolphins because I needed them to win because I was hoping the Jets were going to win. But what a good game that was, though. Bridgewater got hurt. Still a pretty good game. The Patriots. God damn it.
Everybody picked Miami but me.
This was the 3-1?
Yeah.
This is the 3-1, you son of a God. It's because Belichick at home against the Dolphins. Anybody got anything to add to this one? G-Man, Jas, you good? Dane-Mychal?
Pretty good. I'm waiting for one certain game to talk a little more about than others, but
which is next.
Patriots at home. Patriots at home. I said no.
Yep. All right. Well, G-Man, Jas, we're going to give you about 90 seconds because we don't have all night to talk about this.
Minus game. 90 seconds.
Yeah, we're giving you minus 90 seconds, dude.
Yeah, because it's NFHell, not NF Heaven.
Yeah, we're
all right. We'll make it quick.
Okay.
Win and end. Conflict. This has similarities to many teams I've watched coming in late in the season, starting to get after the quarterback with 4. Wink likes to blitz, so 5 people. But we're getting pressure with Sexy Dexy, Thibodeau, Leonard Williams, Olajari, and then anybody else who's blitzing. And we're starting to make the big plays like the pick 6 by ex-Giant, now new Giant, Landon Collins. Love seeing that guy. Man, in the first couple of years, he was all pro. Amazing. We took care of business when we had to, and this is the rise of Danny Dimes. So back in the day, before Eli's first Super Bowl, is Eli elite? Is Eli elite? Do they believe in Eli? Can Eli do this? Can Eli do that? Now here we are, year 4 with Dimes. Can he win big games? Can he stay healthy? How many turnovers is he going to have? What's he going to do? And all he has done is stuck to the program that Dave's brought in. Boom. W.
Two things for you, Jess. This is what I love. We've done this now. Well, you joined us on week 3, and you have not once had any issues with your quarterback, which is something a lot of us would have been like, I don't know if I would be that excited about, Daniel Jones as our quarterback. So props to you for sticking by your guy, and he's showing up now. Secondly, if you have a game that's a win and in, you definitely want that to be against the Colts.
Correct.
So congratulations, my friend.
With Ellinger at quarterback.
Congratulations.
Hey, it was Foles first.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah. That's right.
Till he got killed.
And then you snow angeled him.
Remember the snow angel? Sorry, Foles. Not sorry.
All right, moving on. Speaking of Foles, Super Bowl champion quarterback for the Eagles, they played the Saints this week and got beat. What is going on with the fucking Eagles, man?
Gardner Minshew. They're not full health. If Jalen starts that game, it's not a game.
Still that much? I was like, the Aints?
I still feel like they're a complete defense. They should have won that game if Zach
I
Wilson.
agree, but here's the thing: you have a MVP caliber quarterback that's been playing all year for you, and you replace him with Gardner Minshew.
He was good. Nobody had problems with Gardner. Granted, they barely lost the game, but nobody had issues with Minshew's performance against the Cowboys. This team has 9 Pro Bowlers, and people said two more guys were the biggest snubs from the Pro Bowl on their roster. So if you're saying like a team has 10 Pro Bowlers, you should be able to.
They should
be able to replace the quarterback and like still beat the Saints in your own house.
In your own house, I agree. I'm with you on that.
They
Not get doubled up by them.
They should elevate their game knowing their quarterback's out.
You guys shut me down pretty good there.
It's the Saints.
It's the Saints.
James, it's
Who
the Saints.
beat us? So.
Panthers.
The whole NFC South did. So they're not special.
Right. Panthers at Bucks. I took Sam Darnold led Panthers. They were scorching them. It looked like they were actually going to take it, and then crumble, goat. Bucks win it at the end. My God, there's a couple throws to F those. Those were sick, dude.
Okay. Of the 3 recent games where Tom Brady's gotten all the glory, this is the one that actually deserves it. I mean, He was pretty magical at the end of this game. What that means for the playoffs, I mean, these 3 emotional wins are riding them high, and that's got to be why they want to keep going.
Yep.
They don't want to do anything to disrupt that. They know they're a wild card team, so they're going to be playing the first round. So there's no break for them. And I kind of agree with the decision. Now,
right, because we've seen in the past, shit comes back to bite people when they do that. They give them a week off, come back or not.
You also got to look at the history of Tom Brady, who's only ever been out 1 season with an injury. So, I mean, and he's probably like, if you sit me, I'm going to be pissed, dude. I mean, not that you let your players push you around, but he's kind of a coach at this point in his career. So
that was actually the last time the Jets won the division. Just an FYI. When Tom Brady
makes sense. That checks out.
Oh man. All right. Browns at the stupidest name in sports. The Turds. Carson Wentz, dude. WTF. Rivera didn't even know after the game they were eliminated. What is going on in Washington?
This makes me mad, dude. I told you guys last week that this is a terrible time for a quarterback change for them. And I've always thought Ron Rivera was a great coach, and I wouldn't have normally questioned it. But I did question it in the middle of, like, they were doing well. They were doing better than they should have been doing. And apparently he got caught up in that and thought we can do better with Wentz.
Or management says they were paying this guy. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if I hope to God, and that's a Daniel Schneider thing to do, by the way. So
racist, yeah.
I hope that it wasn't a Ron Rivera decision, and that he's probably like, don't ever fucking talk to me again about this.
Snyder's probably like, listen, I'm about to get $7 billion for this team. Let's show them the prize possession of Carson Wentz that comes along with it.
Like when does he get was this his last chance, like, in the league? Like, who else is going to say, yeah, let's bring this guy in? He was good for 1 year.
I thought Baker Mayfield had already had his last chance in Carolina, so don't count him out until they're like Newtoned.
Carson Wentz comes to the Jets. My God, I don't know what I will do. I will vomit. All right, let's move on from that stupid game. 49ers, Raiders. Again, this was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. No Derek Carr. The Raiders almost pull off the upset. But
let's talk about Jarrett Stidham. What the hell?
Dames and Jas,
the hell lit a fire under this guy? Is this a repeatable performance, or is it just like pure adrenaline?
Like they weren't prepared. I don't know. Like the 49ers weren't ready, so then they could do some things because they've studied Derek Carr, and then he did some different. I don't know.
They almost like doubled up their average yardage allowed, though, the defense. So like they were just pummeling him. Took it to overtime. It's crazy.
Right. Anybody else got anything?
I do. As Jas would say, the Raiders have shown you guys the pathway to beat the 49ers. Now you just got to do it.
No, but they didn't do it, though. So here's what I'm saying, though. The 49ers are the best team in that.
49ers just ran their base stuff. You know, thought they were going to win easy and had to take it to overtime.
Unlike the Eagles, the 49ers are built to play without like the same quarterback all season. They can just plug in anybody, and it doesn't matter.
All right, next game. I'll start. Obviously, I picked the Jets. Mike White is basically the same thing as Zach Wilson. Can't hit open guys, horrible throwing, not as mobile as Zach. To me, I'm just like, we might as well stick with Zach this upcoming week to see what he can do. Because I mean, I feel like Mike White, he's a free agent. Bye-bye. So offense looked flat. Seattle, give them credit. Gino, I mean, in your running game actually really just pummeled the Jets because, I mean, in all honesty, DK Metcalf and Lockett didn't do shit. It's just the run game and our offense and your defense. I mean, our offense didn't do nothing. So,
our D finally stepped up. So that's something we can say. Our D finally stepped up.
Yeah.
Walker got things going early with like a 60-yard carry.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Gino's like, I'm just going to hit all the tight ends that I can find because their sauce or whatever is shutting down the wide receivers. But so good on you, Sauce, but still you gave up 23 points, you know.
Right.
I was hoping the Jets would have brought out Streveler because I actually don't know if the Seahawks would have been able to stop that.
Dude, after Taysom Hill tore us apart for 4 touchdowns,
exactly.
The Jets should have fucking known better.
Nah. Well,
here's the deal. This game featured for me 3 of the best young cornerbacks in the NFL, and Kobe Bryant, Tariq Woolen, and Sauce Gardner. And they put on a show. All of them put on a show.
Ex-Seahawk, DJ. He's like top.
Well, he's not new and young.
Okay, good point.
He's
I
old
was
hat.
only thinking he was a
These big
safety.
guys
Is he
are-
like a nickel corner? DJ Reed?
Yeah, Reed is a corner, yeah.
Just a corner.
For us, he was, yeah, nickel. But these guys are rookies. They're exciting, and they'd held up their end of the deal. Geno Smith is a Jets killer, both when he was with them and against them. He played well. He played smart. He played
I
really.
didn't even really think about that. Like, did he want revenge on the Jets for whatever? Even though it's different, it's not even like the same coach or
They actually
TM maybe?
resurrected.
No, but here's the thing, dude. There's no way. The way that it ended there was bad. It was after 2 seasons. He didn't even make it through a rookie deal. They were like, "We're done with you." And to be that dormant for that long, I had to feel he's got to have some emotions coming into that game.
Yeah.
And wanting
feel like
to
guys,
his new team.
Yes.
from the outside looking in, guys, from the outside looking in, you guys, I think, scored a special team touchdown and a defensive touchdown against the worst offense in the league. And you couldn't do anything against one of the worst defenses in the league.
Right.
It was hard to watch that game as a non-Jet Seahawk fan.
That's why I watch Red Zone, because it just shows you the best parts of every game.
All right. Well, let's move on from this garbage. Let's get going to the Vikings Packers. The Vikings laid a giant egg. They are who we all thought they were. The
I thought
Packers.
they were Super Bowl champions.
Well, that was a while ago.
Now, this is one Damon missed, and I'm
I said
actually
two.
surprised that you bet against Rodgers on this one.
Right.
I'm actually
Actually,
very surprised. you did.
I'm going to tell you why I bet against Rodgers in this one.
At Lambeau.
Here's
That's a
why.
big part of it.
I was going against Gobo more than anything. God bless him, but I told him, I was like, I'm going against you in this one.
Just because to add a
I
little
wanted to
fire.
hear it. I wanted to hear him argue with me, but he didn't put up a fight.
Come on, go, Bo. Let's go, Bo.
He was too busy playing with his toys.
Yeah. he's-
Aaron Rodgers action figures.
he's all- Ah.
Is Vince Lombardi.
Anyway,
I'm
the Packers
excited.
control their own destiny now, winning in. Thanks to destroying of the Vikings. Rams, Chargers. It's basically ended how I think all of us picked. I mean, it was kind of maybe somebody picked somebody for Baker Mayfield.
Gobo picked the Rams.
Rams, yeah, he thought Baker would have a good game, but no. Chargers are good. They're a good team, and they're kind of one of those teams they get in the playoff. When they get in the playoffs, how do we know what they're going to do? Maybe all of a sudden they're getting healthy, and then that Justin Herbie comes through, like we've all been saying all year. Playoff time. And a pretty good game, or a pretty awesome game, I should say. Not pretty awesome. It was awesome. Steelers, Ravens, the ending of this game. Speaking of rookie quarterbacks, some know how to get things done. That was sweet. Did you guys see the end of
It
that?
was, and God damn it! Like all year, you guys since week 1, I've been like, Pittsburgh used to be good. They're not anymore. I got to keep telling myself that. But they can still win games in the worst of circumstances.
Yeah.
That is a true testament to Tomlin's coaching ability, because they should not be winning games, dude. They should not, especially against
That's why I picked them.
superior teams.
That's why I picked them.
You guys both did. Me and Gobo were on the losing.
Do
end.
they have the next Big Ben on their hands? Is Pickett the next Big Ben?
Right? Because they got Pickett, they got Pickens, they got Najee, they got Watt. I mean, they're
They
pretty
got
good.
Tomlin.
Again,
They got Tomlin.
and they got Tomlin, So give them a couple more years. Yeah, look up. Maybe even next year, look out. And the Monday night game, obviously, we touched on that. So we are going to move on to week 18, which is the final regular season week. Here we go. NFHell, week 18. Join us below. Subscribe, comment, share with your friends. Timestamp it if you want when we start, so you can tell your friends to come right to the predictions. We are going to get started. There are 2 Saturday games, no Thursday games. So you'll have a couple extra days to watch NFHell and listen to our picks before there's even a game. Chiefs Raiders to start it out on Saturday. Dames and Jas, we're going to hear from you. Who do you got in this one? Your bud?
Chiefs, all the way. I believe they are playing for possible one seed still. We don't know what's going to happen with that Bengals-Bills record. So I imagine they're playing everyone they need to take care of the Raiders and send them home for the offseason.
Yep. I'll go with you right on and hop on that. I'm going Chiefs on the road. Again, the Raiders put up a good fight last week. Again, the Chiefs are still playing for something, so I think Chiefs take it. It's a division game. I think it will be a lot tougher maybe than some people think, but I think, again, the Chiefs will pull it out like they have been the last few weeks. Dane-Mychal.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think this is potentially like only another 3-point win for the Chiefs because look what the Raiders just did to the 49ers, man. They're feeling good with their new quarterback. And it's a Saturday game. So the Chiefs, and based on what we don't know yet at the time we're doing this, what they're going to do with that Bills Bengals game. Now, if they cancel it outright and the Chiefs win this game, they're going to be the number 1 overall seed because it'll go by winning percentage. And then the Chiefs will have edged out the Bills based on that. And that sucks. So I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope what they do is just erase the bye week in between the conference championships and the Super Bowl, and that they play that like separately after this weekend's games. Like, if it matters, play that Bills Bengals game during an extra week and then push all the playoff games back 1 week with no break before the Super Bowl. That's the best thing they can do.
I think the logistics, I don't think logistically that's probably possible. I'm guessing everything's already set in stone, but that would be amazing.
So what are they going to do? Just cancel it and unfairly give the Chiefs, so the Chiefs just get the number 1 seed because somebody almost died or could still die, and
yeah, that's just
you don't play that. I mean, that sucks. But anyway, Chiefs.
We'll see.
James.
So there's a couple things here leading up to this game. I love the consistency that this AFC has in that the big 3 teams are there again. It was Bills, Cincinnati, and Kansas City last season. And here we are again, duking it out for the number 1 spot. Now, last night's game, Goodell was like, all right, everybody needs to be ready to play again in 15 minutes. And the NFL Players Association came out and said, no one's fucking getting back on that field, bro. Period. So I don't care what it costs you. I don't care how many people are here, how many people are watching at home. Figure it out. They're not going back on the field. So props to the Players Association for taking care of their own. Shame on Goodell for even suggesting
having a discussion, right? I know it's like, come on.
Let them tell you what they want to do. Don't
right.
tell them. I mean, I realize that you're the one holding the bag with, the fans and all that shit, but
right,
life is more important. I got Kansas City in this game, and I think it's the resurgence of Kelsey Mahomes. I think you see that at least twice for touchdowns in this game.
Making a bold prediction. James, we're also going to move to you for the night game since your boy, BD Law, at home against the Titans. Did they win this one and roll into the playoffs? What's going on?
Yeah. This one, the Titans have already made a terrible decision with their quarterbacking situation. And we already know what's happening on the other side of the ball with the quarterback, and he's playing lights out. He didn't even play great this last week, but the rest of the team just shows up and they want to play for Peterson and they want to play for him. So it's nice to see that he's not having to do like a Justin Fields type of thing where he's like, it's got to be me every time. It doesn't. He's been wonderful over the last 6 games, but he didn't have to do much in this game. So
I agree with all the sentiments. I'm also taking the Jags at home. I don't see them. I don't see the Titans winning. The only thing is once again, I do like the Titans defense, but again, their quarterback play, the Jags have been on fire. So I'm going to take the Jags at home. Dane-Mychal.
I don't like the Titans defense that much. I think this is basically Derrick Henry versus the Jaguars. And the Jags have a good running back, not as good as Henry, but I love the way Travis Etienne's been playing. And this recent streak of wins for the Jags has to be killing Urban Meyer. He just has to be like, man, what the hell was I even thinking trying to coach an NFL team? Give me the Jags in not as big of a win as last week against one of their division foes, but they see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's only a Titans
Kind of
team away. So
makes you want to kick a punter.
Yep, kick. Dames and Jas, who you taking?
Easy pick, guys. This was one of the easier ones of the week. The Jags are rolling, like you guys have all said. Not a whole lot to add, but whoever they're going to go see in the playoffs, it's going to be uncomfortable for them because you don't get this good a quarterback play in a team that's going to be coming on the road a lot. So, Jags at home.
All right, moving on to Sunday's games. The first game on Sunday that we have down is the Jets at Dolphins, and I am going to start this one off. I'm taking my Jets. I know we don't have a whole lot to play for except pride. I think my defense will show up. It's their third string quarterback. Again, if we don't show up, then it will be very disappointing. I hope we come to play just to show a little fight, to help maybe, the Johnson family to say, you know what, Saleh, this whole crew, let's maybe change our offensive coordinator. But beside that, I think coaching staff going from last year to this year, if you look at the overall the scheme and everything, how we've played, it's definitely an improvement, and we're on the rise. So it's like, let's not get over dramatic. I take the Jets on the road in sunny Miami, no matter who's starting. Dames Marvs.
Well, much like last night at the Brazilian steakhouse, Texas de Brazil, I got the sweats. I'm taking the sweats.
Meat sweats.
the New York meat sweats.
The meat sweats. I love it. Dames and Jas.
You're both taking them already? Oh, man. I don't have any faith in Kansas State quarterback for the Dolphins. I can't even remember his name. But they have more weapons than the Jets. So now that I see both of you guys picking the Jets, I'm going to do the flop here. Dolphins at home. Just give them the reverses, the screen passes, whatever else, and get a win at home. Dolphins at home.
Dane-Mychal.
I think if the Dolphins lose, is it like 7 losses in a row that it would be, or
something like that? Yeah,
I think it's
ever since I
7.
predicted their Super Bowl run, they lost.
Dude, they can't finish on the sour note like that.
I don't think so either.
I was gonna do coin flip, but like Jess convinced me that I can just call Dolphins on this.
Plus, I think if the Dolphins win and the Patriots lose to the Bills, aren't the Dolphins in the playoffs?
That's all we need.
Oh, if they still have a hope to make the playoffs, then for sure give me the Dolphins. Yeah.
So,
even with quarterback to be named later, because
the Jets quarterback is named and it doesn't matter.
I think it's Skylar Thompson actually now. Skylar Thompson.
NFL. Ravens at Bengals. Dames Marvs, who are you taking in this one?
I
the
got
bird or the cat. The bird or the cat.
Natty Bengal Tigers. I have no reason to. They're coming off an emotional game that didn't happen, so they're going to be ready to go at it again.
Okay.
And Baltimore's still not sure about what's going on with anything there, really. So,
right, Dane-Mychal.
So the Ravens are in the playoffs. So do they stand to gain anything in seeding that we know of in this game?
I don't think so.
So I think that I don't even know if they would bother playing Lamar. Would you?
No, not even if he said no. He's already been out. This you might as well keep him another week.
Yeah, and so in the face of that, I think that they will just lose. and not care about it.
Yeah, I'll take the Bengals. This is an easy one for me. I don't really have anything to add. G-Man Jazz?
So the Steelers are also playing for that playoff spot you're talking about between the Dolphins, right? They don't have a chance to win the division. They're playing for that. So do we know how the Steelers get in?
Yeah, I do. The Steelers get in if the Jets beat the Dolphins and the Bills beat the Patriots.
Okay. Okay, that's not even this game, but sorry, I just had that in my mind. Bengals at home, yeah, whatever you guys said, I agree with. Bengals offense is too much, and Lamar, we'll see if he plays in the playoffs at this point.
Yep. All right, moving on. Bucks at Falcons. I think this is an easy one since we all know the starters are playing. I think the Bucks roll in this one. It's kind of I feel like they're just going to do another game, get them going in the playoffs, get in rhythm. Like you said, Mike Evans, Tom Brady, that connection starting to heat back up. So I think the Bucks roll in this one on the road. G-Man Jas, who you want in this one?
I am actually, since none of us ever go undefeated in a week, this is my upset of the week. Falcons at home. The Bucks have been winning a lot of close ones. Now they really don't actually have to play, and they're going to. So I feel some reverse psychology going on here. And maybe they even set them after a half if they look good in the first half and the Falcons find a way to win in the second. Falcons.
Danes Mars?
I like what he just said, but it's the Falcons.
Your arch nemesis team.
I'm staying on Tampa.
Dane-Mychal.
Yeah, I didn't pick the last game. It's Steelers though, would be my pick. But
no, we haven't got to that game yet.
We haven't got to the game, but you're good.
You just
we did Ravens Bengals. Now we're at Bucks.
Oh,
you're good. You're good.
Well, give me the Buccaneers because I can't even name a player that is on the Falcons team anymore. Their tight end got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Good tight end.
Gets his
we didn't pick
Mariota left.
We didn't pick the Steelers yet.
Mariota walked in the locker room one day and he goes, I don't even know any of these guys. I quit.
Right. All right. That was an easy one. All right. Pats, Bills. Again, the Bills are coming off some emotional stuff here. It is, like you say, I feel like it's kind of, maybe it won't be a must-win game, like you were saying. I'm not sure on the seeding with the Chiefs and the Bengals. Maybe it will be for 2 and 3. So, I mean, again, I don't want the Patriots to win at all. I don't want them in the playoffs. So go Bills, play for your boy, win it at home, roll into the playoffs. Try to get some positive vibes going for that team. James?
It's hard for me to imagine emotionally a scenario where Buffalo doesn't just trounce them. So I'm going Buffalo.
G-Man? Jas?
As I got the Bills as well. Maybe there was so much emotion from the week they have a hangover, but I doubt it like you guys. But that could be one situation where they lay an egg and everyone's, just like, well, wouldn't have you? So Bills are kind of a coin toss, but not that much. Bills at home.
Dane-Mychal?
Yes, it will be emotional. There will be a home crowd full of all kinds of signs for their boy.
Yeah.
And I predict for the second time this season, Mac Jones is going to get absolutely trucked by somebody en route to a Bills.
Second time, just the second time that we'll show. He's been trucked a number of times this season. I promise you.
All right. Vikings. Minnesota Vikings go to Chicago to play the Bears. The Vikings need to win this game. They need to rebound. I see them doing that. I feel like they're going to get their what together. I feel like Jefferson was super pissed off, almost killed a ref last week. Good God, did you guys see that with his helmet? Like, bro, settle down. He's like, bam. Anyway, assault. Vikings win on the road again. Can they stop Justin Fields? Probably not in the first half, but in the second half, he won. They won't do anything. Vikings on the road. Dames and Jas.
That the Jefferson thing was, I don't know if you saw it live or just a picture, but he was taking it off to do that as the ref came in there. It wasn't like he was actually.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
trying to-
I know
Just to clarify, but
I'm just giving him
I
shit.
see the Vikings. I see the Vikings on the road winning as well. Maybe the Bears even give Fields a little time off just so I don't know if something stupid happened, but doesn't sound like it. Vikings on the road, too much offense.
James Morris.
They have said Fields is playing all the way out. So whether he dies on that field or not, he's playing. I don't get it either. I mean, the only thing I can think of is just to get him more reps. I don't know. I would have pulled him last week.
Right, because I feel like they're just trying to get him hurt.
But they have the
Dang.
second pick of the draft. If they win this game, they stand nothing to win this game. So, yeah, we'll see. I got Minnesota.
Dane-Mychal making a foursome.
I mean, I'd play Fields too because it's not like he's going to get tackled by the Vikings defense. 'Cause that would be like the first time that's happened.
Oh!
This game could be closer than it should be because, as we've established, the Bears play two pretty good quarters, the first and the second quarter on you. And then the Vikings, most of the time, don't even know they're playing in a football game until the fourth quarter. So this game is going to be won or lost in the third quarter.
Not wrong. He's not wrong.
Whoever scores something in the third quarter is winning this game. And I think that will be the Vikings.
All right, Texans Colts, the game of the week. Oh man, I'm taking the Colts. Saturday's going to end the season on a win. Irsay's going to think that he's making a good decision, and they're going to go into next year with Jeff Saturday as their head coach. Colts at home.
So
Game.
this game is Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
What they should do is just replace this game with another Bills Bengals game. Just let them just play and then fly immediately here and play this game also.
Yeah, like the
Game
night
should not be on the schedule.
Right.
I can't imagine anybody's excited about it. Maybe
BT?
maybe both the teams are excited to be like, all right, we're done after that.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck you guys. I'm gonna do my first ever coin toss.
Oh,
I've never
Hey.
put it up to chance before because it's a cop out thing that only Jas does.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it together because this is also my coin. This is my coin toss pick as well.
All right.
I want
I'll
in
just
on that
take-
action too.
I'll just take the
Yeah,
opposite of.
three.
I'll take.
Oh, we're all the same. Or no?
No, we'll just go one.
Yeah, I think we should all be bound by the same fate.
I do too.
All right, but say heads or tails, real on the count of three.
Okay.
Texans is
One.
hold on. Texans
And Texans is heads.
heads.
Okay.
Colts is tails.
Yep.
All right.
You know what?
Wow.
I'm in on this. I'm in on this too. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? I mean, you guys are all three doing. I can't be the lone wolf.
All right, do it.
All right.
Heads or tails on three. One,
Wait.
2, 3.
No,
Heads.
heads Texans.
What? Wait,
I
what?
Heads.
gotta
tails.
call what you're picking.
He's the
Heads,
only one that
Texans,
needs to know.
Colts, tails.
Yeah, but he's the only one that needs to know what it is because I don't care.
Yeah, I'm doing it like we usually do. Heads is one team, tails is the other. That's what we get.
Yeah.
Right, but we need to know what we're each picking. Heads
No,
or
don't
tails.
even tell us which is heads and which is tails. Just have it in your mind, and then we call
Wow,
out,
this is taking way too long.
and then we call
Why
it
didn't you guys just fucking do what I said?
All right. Call it.
heads.
Tails.
Whatever it is who I pick, guys. I don't pick heads
Yeah.
or tails.
That's same with me. I'm doing that. It is heads.
Texans is heads. Texans was heads.
I'm Texans now.
All right, so I got the Texans. You're locked into the first pick no matter what, right? Or if they
Well,
win,
we all got Texas. You know what? that means all three of you have Texans and I have Indianapolis. You already know what's gonna happen, bro.
And that's why it took that long. NFL, dude. NFL.
How did he get Indy?
Because he picked tails instead of doing he was saying that represented them. And then okay, we got it. We're good. We're all good, guys. Play along at home. Flip your coin. Everybody. Another game coming up. Another game of the week. Panthers Saints. At Nolans. I'm taking Nolans at home. I think Carolina's one of those teams where they were kind of peaking. Maybe they were playing pretty well, but now they're on their downfall. I'm going Aints at home to win their closing out at home. Game over. Dames and Jas.
This is my second consecutive coin toss because of both these teams' shit have been driving me the last few weeks. Hate them both. Coin toss it. Panthers, heads,
Okay.
Saints, tails.
Oh, shit. Can't even flip the coin. Welcome to NFL, where we can't even. Heads it is again.
All right.
James Mars. I swear to God.
All right. 2 weeks ago, you're like, Sam Darnold. And then New Orleans has one win, one unbelievable win. And you're like, they're good.
Hey.
You are the sucker here.
I like to ride waves of hot, whatever. You're right.
I got Carolina just because you're an idiot.
Okay. Dane-Mychal, would you like to join the idiot zone, or you want to go with your
I
bro?
got Carolina because you're an idiot. Wow. Dude, I think the Panthers are just morally deflated after losing the division last week, and they are not going to show up for this game. So give me the Saints. You're not an idiot, Jails.
Thank you. Thank you.
Time will tell.
The turds go into Pittsburgh, where Pittsburgh needs to win, needs some help to get in. Douchebag quarterback. He's feeling pretty good now. He's starting to play a little. No, I'm taking Steelers at home. Must-win game. Suck it, Browns. I hope you lose every game from now on while that guy's your quarterback. So we all know my pick on this. I don't even know why I would ever even have to say it. Steelers at home. Dames and Jas.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Guys, I picked the Steelers more than most, and I'm picking them again. Another, I think, a chance to get above 500 and have that, miracle to get in with the Patriots winning or maybe it's the Patriots losing and Dolphins. I don't know what it is, but they're going to win and let fate decide if they get in or not. Steelers at home.
James Morris?
Well, since I didn't give you guys a Christmas gift other than my friendship and my love, I'm going to pick Cleveland and give you a chance to catch up a game on me.
Okay, and then Dane-Mychal is going to take what we take, and then it's going to be the 3-to-1 ratio.
Oh,
and then you're going to be.
Don't you dare, Dane-Mychal.
Well,
Going to SeaWorld.
I've not been siding with you a whole lot today, Dames.
Well, he took the turds,
Yeah.
dude.
Let's
Deshaun.
not side with the leader of the whatever.
I really like some of the defensive ball players on that Steelers team versus just one that I like on the Browns, Miles. So give me the Steelers. They're going to win at this fancy new old Acrisure Stadium. Don't call it Heinz ever again.
Yeah.
Acrisure.
No more. All right.
Sounds like a baby
Come on.
food.
Make sure you're playing along at home. Make your picks. Put them in our comments. Add some noise. Join our NFHell, especially if you like one of our teams or a team that is also descending. VT, welcome to NFL. Who we got up next? Chargers at Broncos. Dane-Mychal, we'll let you start this one off.
Listen, the Chargers, I think they're set in their playoff position, aren't they? Or can they move up still?
I feel like they got to be right down there.
I think they're the 6.
This is like this is tough because the Broncos have been on the cusp of winning a game against a good opponent. I mean, we can't say that Cardinals win they had a few weeks ago was anything to write home about because Murray wasn't even playing. I really do think the Broncos could win this, and it's going to make me mad because I think that'll cost Seattle a top 3 pick. I think we would then move out of prime position and might as well just trade down. I'm going to try and anti-jinx it by picking the Broncos to win.
Well, and I am going to agree with you, Dane-Mychal. I'm taking the Donkeys at home. And I'm going to kind of do the same reason I do. I don't know how much the Chargers have to play for. I feel like Denver has been playing decent enough. It's a home game. I'm taking Broncos at home.
All right, guys. Dames
Talk some
just gave
sense
you
into
2 freebies. Dames just gave you guys freebie, and now you're giving it right back to me and him. Chargers, easy win.
Thank you.
Easy.
Easy.
They have a great defense.
Easy.
What about let's ride, dude? Let's ride.
Dude, that defense has nothing to play for.
Pride, bro.
Like, literally, the only thing that anyone on that team has to play for is to not give Seattle a better draft pick, and that's a stupid reason to
That's what
If it was
your body do things that you're
Last week
you're
is
one
no
and done at this point. You can go out there and play this game and know that it does not going to affect shit.
if it was to knock the Chargers out, maybe they show up, but no, they're already in.
Still a division game. All right. Team and Jess, Giants at Eagles. Who's playing? Who's not? Is Hurts playing? I mean, is this game meaningful? What do you got?
What I got is this game is super meaningful for the Eagles because if they were to lose this and Dallas wins, the Dallas Cowboys will win the division. I repeat, if the Eagles lose and the Cowboys win, the Eagles have lost the division, which would move them to the 5 seed.
Holy shnikes.
Now, I don't know what Dave's is thinking. If we're going to play all our guys, I wouldn't mind giving Saquon much less of a load than he normally has. If not, just sit him completely. I'm okay either way. Back in the day, Coughlin was a big believer and just keep playing through because you can get rusty. Just played our best game. If we go into Philly and everyone plays and we just stomp them, that could have a lot of momentum going into the playoffs. Or if Hurts plays and we play him down to the wire, it shows that we can play with the best the NFC has. So we'll see what happens, but of course I'm picking the G-Men on the road, playoff bound.
All right. I am going to go the opposite of you because I do, like you just said about the Eagles needing to win. I think the Giants do maybe give a few of their guys a rest, like especially Saquon. So I feel like the Eagles have everything to play for. The Giants really don't. They're kind of like ready to go. So I'm going Eagles at home in a division game to keep that. Is it to keep the top seed as well, right? Oh my, yeah, they're I don't see them losing.
Big time.
Dames, Marvs.
I want the Giants to win, but I'm going to go Philadelphia just for the reasons that we mentioned. I don't think the Giants should go full tilt at this game. They should maybe the first quarter see where they're at halftime, make decisions from there. Like play your hearts out like you would for first half, and if you're in the game, continue to do so, but don't kill yourself over this game. That's you got to stay healthy going into the playoffs.
Dane-Mychal.
G-Man, I love that you just gave us like all the reasons why the Eagles will win, and then you picked the Giants. But you made the argument for me why I should pick the Eagles, and so I am.
All right.
You get this.
Next game, Cardinals at Niners. I'll start this one. Niners at home, they win. That doesn't seem like a tough pick. I don't really have much to say about the game. I feel like they keep rolling. G-Man Jess.
Guys, I need the Niners to win this game. Give me some tickets to go up to the Giants Vikings playoff game. So this is the game I will be paying close attention to. No one else cares about the Cardinals. Hopefully I can look away at halftime and it's 28-0. Niners at home. Send me up north. Purdy.
Dane-Mychal, you agreeing with us?
49ers. Cardinals are barely fielding a football team these days.
Danes Marvs.
I'm gonna say J.J. Watt has 4 touchdowns and they still lose. Going to San Francisco.
Rams
One of
Seahawks.
them, he trucks Brock Purdy, right?
Trucks Purdy. 4 sacks or 4 touchdowns?
Purdy.
For strip sacks, fumble recovery touchdowns.
Strip sack touchdowns.
4.
Best
Four
game
Thibodeaux.
ever by a defense.
I have 1 pick six.
Yeah. All right. You two can go at the same exact time. Rams Seahawks. Who you taking?
Seahawks. He didn't go at the same time.
Yeah.
Are you still debating? Are you still debating? Are you taking Baker?
No, I did say last week that I thought we would lose to the Rams, but I've changed my mind. I think with playoffs on the line, we'll get it done against the Rams. McVay has typically owned us. But still, I think we picked Baker off twice at least. And that'll be fun. But yeah, I don't see any reason why we should lose this game. And then we'll send it out to, but if we do for some reason lose this game, it makes the night game that much more interesting because both those teams will be playing for the last.
That's why I like the games aren't even like simultaneous, so you won't have any clue about what's going to happen. I mean, unless you do have a clue, which I do. In that later game.
I'm going with both of you. I'm taking the Seahawks at home. I think the crowd's going to be into it. The team's ready to go. Again, you're not going to know if you're in or you need to win and then let fate be what it is. So Seahawks at home. I think you beat a Scrams team that still is struggling, even though Baker, whatever. G-Man?
Well, guys, I know I didn't get a pick the first couple weeks with you, so we're going by winning percentage. And feel like I'm a little behind Dames, but probably ahead of Jails by now. I'm going to flip this one on you guys because I need to gain one. Rams have been scoring points. I haven't had faith in Gino really all year, and that's been showing a lot more lately. He did not play good against the Jets. Rams on the road. I need to gain one.
Disagree.
It's not the way to do it.
You
That's
guys
not, it's not the game to gain one on us.
You know, making up facts to back your argument never works.
I watched Jets players drop like 2 or 3 Gino passes. Just because the stats weren't there, he was pretty lucky.
He was fine. He played
Cowboys, Commanders. James Marvs, start with you on this one. Who you taking in this division matchup? Big game.
Cowboys. I don't need to make another. All my comments have been made about Washington. Fuck those guys.
Dane-Mychal?
What, I'm sorry, what was the game? Oh, the Packers.
Cowboys.
Oh.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
Cowboys.
of course, it's going to be the Cowboys. Come on,
G-Man.
Carson Wentz. Is he
Is
still?
Wentz still playing?
Cowboys.
Guys, this is a division game, obviously, and all of them are. The Cowboys need this win. I believe it'll be at the same time as the Giants-Eagles game, so they will not know what's going on. They have to win this game to have a chance to win the division. And as much as I want to pick against them, because sometimes they stumble in these spots, this time they won't. Cowboys find a way to win.
Right, and I'm going to try to gain a game here. I love the stupidest name in sports defense. They play well. I'm hoping Heineke gets his starting job back and they bench wins, so they have a chance in this game. Again, I'm just trying to gain a game. I'm not surprised if the Cowboys win, but I'm like you in that sometimes the Cowboys do these type of things where at the end of the year they buckle. So I could see it as well. All right, I'm taking Commanders. It's the 3-for-1 deal. Maybe I'll get the Dames Marvs luck. Make sure you guys are commenting, playing along, picking your games, telling us who you think is your Super Bowl favorite, all of those fun things that we like to talk about here in NFL. Last game of the week, Sunday Night Football. Going to be a really exciting game at Lambeau. The red hot Packers, pretty much red hot Lions. What a great division game. Who would have thought this would be the last game of the year on Sunday Night Football? Like you said, both teams could be playing for playoff spot. So we're going to get started with Dames and Jas. Who are you taking in this one? Packers or Lions?
Much like myself, I have a friend who bet on a team that he likes, and his team happens to be the Lions. And I am going to go with the Lions to win this game and give him a shot in the playoffs. Not saying they're going to go win the Super Bowl or anything, but the Packers have not been a good team all year. I know it's at Lambeau again. I know they look like they're a lot better than they have been. I'm not buying it. Lions on the road. Think they play for each other more and their coach, and they want it more. Lions on the road.
I am going to go next, and I am going to disagree. I'm going to say I will not bet against Aaron Rodgers in January going in a must-win game to go to the playoffs. I believe LaFleur is like 11 or 12-0 in December as a coach. And it's January now, I understand. But it's Aaron Rodgers going into the playoffs. I'm taking Packers at home. The Lions haven't been in a big game like this. They're going to be scared. Jared Goff. Danes Mars.
Jared Goff's been to the Super Bowl more recently than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers isn't even the reason that Green Bay is doing well right now. So let's acknowledge that. You're not going against Aaron Rodgers. You're going against the concept of what you believe Aaron Rodgers is. And I'm telling you, he's not the reason that they're winning right now. And I think that the Lions they're poised to do this. They're going to do it. And they're going to put them and Seattle into the playoffs by doing so. And then we're going to have a potentially Lions Jaguars Super Bowl. Boom.
Whoa, my mind just got going. NFHell will explode. The Lions and the Jags. That's like the definite. That's like Lucifer, whatever. Anyway, Dane-Mychal.
Will the narrative of the losery Lions ever change? Probably not while Aaron Rodgers is in the division. Shameful picks by G-Man and Dames, thinking that the Lions have a chance here. They got pooped on by the Carolina Panthers not that long ago, if you recall. Meanwhile, we thought the last game at Lambeau was going to be great against, these Vikings, and it was over in the first quarter. The Packers didn't fight back from 3-8 just to lose this last week. They're going to seal the deal, and it'll probably be a team win like it was this last game. Packers, closer game than the Vikings won, maybe by like 3-4. But Rodgers is going to do what it takes, just like Brady always.
I do want to throw this
do.
in that the Lions have already beaten the Packers once this season.
Back when they were bad. They're good now.
The Jets beat the Packers.
They've won like 5 in a row, dude. Okay? They don't care where they're going.
Yes, we did.
Everybody could beat them back then. They were 3-8, but now they're not. So
we want to thank you, Dane-Mychal, for joining us again as a guest on the show. We appreciate having you every single time. Your insight coming on here, even though you're a Seahawks fan, I guess we'll have it 2 against, us. It's fine. You guys like the same team. It's fine.
Seattle to New York. Go fuck yourself.
But I argue with him plenty. I disagree with him plenty. So.
Yeah, he just picked both games that we need to get into the playoffs against us. So,
him.
But anyway, what I want to say is to the viewers, thank you for hanging with us all year. You may notice the new layout right now. This is what season 2 will look like. You'll notice down below we have what we're calling the hell line. And if you've been watching this episode, you'll see that it's as much hell as the NFL. All the information, Twitter handles, websites that you should be looking at, comments, questions that we are asking you to answer in the comments section. All that stuff is part of the new look, and we hope that you enjoy it. It's going to be this way throughout the playoffs as well.
Playoffs.
It will be week 19 next week, but we'll call it week 19, the wild card round.
Playoffs. I can't wait. Let's go.
Giants round.
Shorter episodes,
Yes.
fewer games being played.
Yes.
Or we have longer to talk about them.
We have the Giants in the playoffs.
Yeah, Jas will need a
Oh, God.
separate show.
For
Anyway,
At least for
again.
the first week.
Yeah. James Marvs, G-Man Jas, Dane-Mychal. I'm Midwest Jet. Thank you so much for watching NFHell.
Don't forget to speak your piece in the comments section. Also, like and subscribe to Loch 22 Productions, and thank you for listening to NFHell.